Do you forever want to live your life living for others and being full of regrets because you're afraid of the way people are perceiving you? Who wants to live like that? Clap if you want to live like that. Clap, clap. Like, obviously not. So we're going to get into it and we're going to be real and we're going to move on. Right. The fear of being perceived, the fear of being seen, the fear of doing shit, babe. We're done with that shit. We're done with that. We're done with that. I sound like people that are like hella cursing to sound cool. I'm sorry. Okay. So first, there's front stage and backstage behavior. Things that I learned actually in university. So in sociology, front stage behavior is the behavior you have in front of others, namely people that, you know, are strangers, people you don't know, like for example, your classmates, your coworkers, people that you don't want your mask to slip off, right? Like, just in the same way that some people code switch, some people you just act a certain way around certain people, and that's completely normal. And your backstage behavior is usually the real you, right? Your cringy side, your embarrassing side, the side you don't want to post on Instagram because you're trying to keep your feed aesthetic, grungy, cool girl, mysterious vibe. Yeah. It's normal to compartmentalize certain parts of your personality, especially like if you're at work or anything like that, because you're trying to keep that job. Like, we're trying to make our money, we're trying to keep that job. But at the end of the day, like, if you're always performing to the point where you're stopping yourself from achieving goals or doing things that you want to do, that is when it's nocif, it's bad for your own life. We're gonna try and get you out of that shit, because I was stuck in that shit. I'm still in that shit. Like, for real, I wanted to have a YouTube channel for like years, and I never did it because I didn't want to be perceived trying. Why? Because I grew up to be a perfectionist. Why? We always have to ask each other why, and we keep going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. But I grew up to be a perfectionist simply because my family, like, we're not like hella affectionate. We're not like, oh, lovey. And as a child, you know, you want love. Like, you want love. You're a human. So the only times I would get like complimented or like praise was when I had good grades in school. But what does good grades in school really mean to me? Especially as a child, like, I'm 7 years old. What does having an A+ really mean to me? Like, low-key nothing. But the real tea is, it meant praise, it meant love, it meant affection to me. So then I connected being good, being perfect to love. Ew! So maybe if you think about yourself in your own context, think about like the way that you were raised, your parents, your caregiver, whatever. Did you have to like perform to be perfect to a certain extent? Perfect, right? To a certain extent to feel that level of love. Right. Think about it. Let's process it. Okay. So now that's essentially, I think, for me personally, I don't know about you, but for me personally, that's where it stems from, like the need to wanting to be like perfect. Now, if we're just looking at social media in general, right? Like, you know, when you go on TikTok, you're scrolling. Yeah. Like every fucking day, girl, I know. You can tell, like, when you see a video, you can smell the comments from afar. You know what I mean? There are videos that you know that, like, damn, like, you know, there's gonna be like full of fucking hate. So that in a way is another like sociological response to like the way that we are socialized to be, because at the end of the day, you know, if someone acts bad or like deviant, right, like outside of the norm, people will try to put them back in their place in like many different ways. But a way that is done on social media is exposing hate comments, such things, like, you know what I mean? So when people like comment like hate on someone's video, it gives them like a certain level of ego boost, because first of all, they think they're better than that person. They think they have like a place of authority to speak. Second of all, I feel like they feel more comfortable doing so because a lot of them, like, they're anonymous. You click on their profile, it's fucking nothing, or it's an anime profile picture. Like, girl, okay. And in the end, you know, when you do such behavior, it's kind of, in a way, you want people to change. It's to tell them you're weird. Like, you shouldn't act that way. And most people's like response to having negative comments is to change. It's normal. Like, that's how we are in society. Like, for example, for all the girlies, you know, like me personally, like I used to love when I was like 18, like fresh out the pandemic. I was like, I would wear like little short shorts. I would wear like little like out there outfits, but it was like very 2020 core, you know what I mean? But I would always get stared at. I was always getting like catcalled and things like that. And it got so bad to the point that I completely stopped dressing up. And even though I dressed up for myself, not for like the attention of men, obviously, like I just felt so uncomfortable in expressing myself that I simply stopped caring about my appearance, like period, because I was tired of going out and getting catcalled and harassed. Like, that's really how shit be moving in society, which is so fucking fucked up. Like, but it's really the real tea. Like, it's really like that. So back to like the point is, you know, if, you know, there's constantly like negative comments, they're hoping for someone to change their behavior. And of course, if you get a lot of negative comments, it doesn't feel good. Like, who's like, yeah, I love getting hated on, like, yes. Like, most people don't, and most people never experienced that before, especially if you're like on social media. It's such like a big scale, and I feel like TikTok really really pushes people to stardom or popularity or fame overnight. You can just have one viral video and like boom, you know what I mean? So if you have like an insane amount of hate, a lot of people, they delete their account, you know, they try to erase them, or like, you know, those like TikTok accounts of people that find like racist and like assholes and expose them, like, you know, that's a normal response. Like, you just delete your shit. If you're afraid of like, you know, posting or like doing your own thing because you're afraid, first, either of not being perfect and being seen like trying, or B, you're just afraid of people like perceiving you because you've seen like people getting backlash, or like, I don't fucking know. You have to ask yourself too, low-key, how do I judge others? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything, bitch? Like, shut the fuck up. Right. So how do I judge others? The reason that it's relevant, it's because if you judge others harshly, you will kind of like expect people to treat you the same way, right? That's the moment I realized I was an asshole. Like, there was nothing before I was like, yeah, I'm totally fine, I'm perfect. This was the moment I realized I was an asshole. So there was just some guy, he was dancing downtown, and I was like, ew, like, he's dancing so bad. Like, and you know, I was a dancer back then. Like, I thought I could do a little two-step because I was doing K-pop covers, bitch. Like, shut the fuck up. Anyways, but I saw this guy like dancing downtown, and I was like, oh my god, ew, like, he has no rhythm, like, he doesn't know what he's doing. And then I was like, hold up, why the fuck am I hating on this nigga? Like, I literally don't know who he is, and low-key, like, who fucking cares? And then I shifted my mindset to think, like, instead of being like, ew, like, that's so fucking cringe, like, what the fuck are you doing, da 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 da, I'm like, wait, this person is so authentically themselves, and I'm intimidated by that because, bitch, I'm always performing. Right. You have to start thinking that. Because low-key, that's the real tea. Because at the end of the day, what's the problem with someone like dancing outside with no rhythm? What's the actual problem? Like, why does that make you cringe? Why does that bother you? Because you're a fucking hating ass goblin. And we're, you know, I feel like everyone's a hater to a certain extent. Like, you're not gonna be like, oh my god, like that, like, you can still think like, oh my god, this person has no rhythm, but like, what's the issue? What's the issue with that? Like, there's none. There's no fucking problem. So when you start thinking like, yeah, this person actually is living their life to the fullest, and I'm just performing my life every fucking day, and I can't even be myself to the point that I don't even pursue anything that I want to do because I'm too embarrassed or scared that people are gonna judge me. Think about the way you judge others, because that's why you're scared of that. Because you're harsh as fuck. You're rude as fuck. You're a hating ass bitch. Right. And that's very harsh, but that's really the real tea. And that's when I realized, and I started shifting my mindset. Every time I would have a hating ass thought, I would be like, wait, like, this person is actually putting themselves out there. Like, you see a cringy ass TikTok, you're like, ew, but then you're like, wait, this person's actually putting themselves out there. Bitch, I keep deleting my shit because I am in 200 view jail and I'm embarrassed. Right. And when you realize that you're a hating asshole, you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that troll with no profile picture, putting hate comments on everyone's video, because at the end of the day, even though you don't put a comment down, maybe you like that shit, maybe you laugh at that shit, and you have those thoughts inside of you, so you're still that fucking hating ass troll. You're just not real with it. And that's fucked up. And I feel like that's a big reason why people are afraid, because like at the end of the day, if you're harsh as fuck, most people are harsh as fuck. You even see it in the TikTok comments. You see it, people are harsh as fuck. They're so fucking rude. So then you're like, wait, like I don't want that type of shit on me. Right. That's messed up. So now, for the people that are like afraid of being perceived like trying and not being perfect on the first try, we're gonna go back to the perfectionist moment. So we're gonna have to start thinking about self-love. Self-love. And you're like, wait, like that's way too simple. It couldn't just be that. But like low-key, like if you think back again, let's think about it again. Let's put our thinking cap on. Think back when you were a child. Like I said, my example, I only felt love, appreciated, like complimented, like cared for, head ass, I don't know, to a certain extent, right? When I was getting praise for being perfect, having straight A's, and that's where love stems from. And it's how do you say, external validation from others, right, that you're seeking. So if you're afraid of being, seen like trying or doing things like that, it's because you're still seeking external validation. And instead of thinking of your own life and the things you want to do, you're thinking, I don't want people to see me not be the shit. So your whole life revolves around external validation. Is that a life you want to live? Is that normal? No! And you shouldn't want to live that way. You shouldn't want to live in a way where you're afraid of doing things and that the things that are stopping you are random strangers outside. If you think about it, the people that are judging you, posting the hate, being like a hating ass bitch, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that fucking loser, right? But those losers are all around us. They're outside, they're walking with us, they act like they're normal, but at night they be hating ass people. So if you really think about it, this fucking loser with no education that is so afraid of themselves that they don't even put their fucking picture, or they're so shameless that they put their picture and write some dumbass shit when they look like shit, you're stopping your life, you're stopping the things you want to do for them. Doesn't that sound fucking ridiculous? Isn't that fucking embarrassing? Yes. Yes, it is. Because at the end of the day, you should never live your life for others. You should always live your life for yourself. If you want to pursue something, fucking do it. Don't wait forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And I'm saying that to myself too, because I was so fucking embarrassed to post this fucking YouTube video. I was so embarrassed to start a YouTube channel and be fucking serious on social media because I didn't want people to see me be in 200 view jail. And where did I get me? I'm still fucking broke. I still have like nothing going on for myself. Well, it's not true, but you know what I mean. I'm still not pursuing the thing that I want to do because I'm thinking about the way people are perceiving me. People from fucking high school, you don't give a fuck. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Hey, who fucking cares? I don't know. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't live your life for that. And that's cringy as fuck. And that's embarrassing, girl. Step it up. You're gonna realize that at the end of the day, first things first. If you stop judging others, you're not gonna think people are thinking negative things about you. Even if people are staring at you, you're not gonna be like, oh, this bitch is judging me. You're gonna be like, probably they think my outfit is tea. Like, yes, because you stop having those type of thoughts. Right, and you stop acting that way. Like, first, stop being judgmental, and you won't be afraid of people judging you, because at the end of the day, like, even if people judge you, right, and it's fucking negative as fuck, just think about that troll account. Just think about, like, you see those fucking videos where girls, they put, like, in highlight, like, the people that hate on them. You click on their profile, they are always, like, people you would not even do a double take on, because at the end of the day, if you're a normal human being, you're not gonna post fucking hate on the internet, especially not with your fucking mug on your profile, right? If you're fucking normal. So, and I'm not trying to say that people that are ugly have no opinion, but we live in a society, so alright. Just kidding. Anyways, but yeah. So first, stop with that judgmental shit, and you won't be afraid. Second, the perfectionist. Girl, you need to think about yourself, because that's the thing. Like, right now, you're just thinking about, what is she thinking? What is he thinking? What are they thinking? What are you thinking? What is your soul thinking? What is your heart thinking? What do you want to fucking do, girl? Do you want to try doing ballet but you're embarrassed? Do you want to do your YouTube but you're gonna wait until you're skinny enough? Girl, come on. Who fucking cares? Time is moving. We're getting older. We're almost in our mid-20s. It's no longer 2020, girl. We're in 2026. And what have you done since? Right. Time keeps moving faster and faster and faster and faster. And you don't want to be like, oh my God, like, now I'm fucking old. And then that's the ultimate excuse. I'm old. I can't do anything. No. Girl, you want to go on a trip? Go on that trip. You want to post something? Post something. You want to be in a movie? Do it. You want to try singing? Try it. I don't want to hear that shit anymore, girl. That you're afraid or that you don't want to do and you don't want people to see you try. No. It doesn't matter. Just do it. And that's a message I'm sending with love.